Today we're going to fix the air condition on this Cat 259D. Welcome back to the channel. We are on location of a YouTube channel, famous YouTuber of WBD. He talks about weight, building, and digging, right?
Yeah,
or dirt.
Digging dirt, yeah, digging.
All right, well, go ahead. You want to say something?
Well, yeah, we welcome the Stanley Way, Wes here on our show today. Like I said, we're going to be working on our skid steer here, so
all right,
he's got some unique ways to do things, so we're interested to see what he can do.
Unique? That's the way to say it. If you see my videos, you see I have some not so, what do you call it, standard ways of fixing things. So I guess he doesn't want this thing fixed in a standard way. So we're gonna fix it the Stanley way. That's why the channel is called Stanley Way. But anyway, we're here to help him out. We've been friends for a long time, co-workers. We don't hate each other yet, so I guess we're doing okay, right?
Yeah, we're doing good, yep.
All right, so anyway, he has some intermittent air conditioning problems with the Cat. So we're gonna put some gauges on it, see what kind of pressure he's got, probably evacuate the system and refill it, kind of see what's going on. Let's check it out. All right, so a few tools I got from Amazon. That's not very expensive. I bought them a long time ago, so I don't really know how much they cost, but it wasn't very expensive. Got a good set of gauges. I bought this scale separate so we can tell how much refrigerant goes in it. Got a vacuum pump, pull the vacuum onto it. Got some oil for the pump. So the first thing we need to do is gain access to the air conditioning ports. I'm gonna take off this cover. Well, that was easy, right? So we took the cover off the left side of the machine. If you look right here, you'll see the air conditioning service ports along with a tag that tells you how much refrigerant to put in there and what type. Now we're gonna hook up our gauges. High side's red. It's gonna go on the big port. Then the low side gauge is smaller. They only go one way, which is a good thing. You don't want to mess anything up. You want to make sure the valve is turned off, which is actually to the left, backward from most of the valves. Make sure that's off, make sure that's off. Now we'll take the low side, hook it on, pull it back, push and release. Turn the valves on. We'll have Dwayne crank the machine and see where we're at. So we checked the pressure with the machine running and the air conditioning going, and everything worked fine. Pressure was good on both sides. You got to check in accordance with the ambient temperature that you have. Low pressure, high pressure. The problem is you can't always go off of pressure. That just means that this compressor is working good. The system can still be under service or over service. Now he said he has an intermittent problem, which means it comes on and it turns off. He doesn't really see or understand why it's turning off and on. A lot of times you could have a system that's over pressurized, and as it gets warmer outside, the pressure is going to go up inside the system. On the high side, he hits the high pressure switch limit, and then it turns everything off so it doesn't over pressurize and break the compressor or something else within the system. So now what we're going to do is we're going to recover all the Freon that's in there, and then we're going to reservice it with exactly 0.81 kilograms, which is what Caterpillar says to put in it, of 134A. So that way we know we have the right amount of refrigerant. We're going to check it again, make sure the pressures are right, and then he's going to operate it, and hopefully it works. Maybe it's just over serviced. I don't know, we'll see. But from that point, if something else is wrong with it, then I'll come back and we'll figure out what else is wrong. Hopefully that fixes it. So we got the refrigerant recovered. Now we're going to pull the vacuum on it, make sure all contaminants and moisture is out of the system. That's one of the things you want to do is when you lower the pressure like that, which that's going to be these two gauges below zero, it's going to make the moisture evaporate. It's going to pull everything out. Make sure that when we go back and we put Freon back in it, there's going to be nothing but Freon. It's going to be the right amount, the right type, no other contaminants, and then that'll give us a good baseline to go off of and troubleshoot the system.
It looks like when you put the power button on this thing, you just literally just power off. Not doing anything else crazy, you know? Yeah.
All right, so we've had it on the vacuum for about 45 minutes. All of the contaminants and moisture should be pulled out of the system. Now I'm going to show you how to fill it with Freon. I'm going to turn off both valves. Turn off the pump. So now we've got our scale, got our bottle hooked up all the way up to the gauges, still on the vacuum, hooked up to the tractor. So we want to make sure that we put the right amount of Freon in it. I looked it up, and on the Caterpillar website, it tells you to put 0.81 kilograms of 134A into the system. What in the world is 0.81 kilograms? Well, I figured it out. 28.57191 ounces. What in the world is that? I don't know. On my gauge, I've got pounds and ounces, so I did a little figuring. We're gonna do 1 pound, 12 ounces, 0.5719. I should have said 1 pound. 12.57191 ounces. Boy, how are you gonna do 12.57191? We're not. That was a joke. We're gonna do 1 pound, 12.5 ounces. Sound good? It's not like gonna be close enough. The biggest thing you wanna do is make sure you put the right amount back in it. You got a good baseline to start from. There's no leaks. We now know there's no contaminants in the system. We're gonna put nothing but Freon, no additives, no leak stop, nothing like that. Just pure, what they call virgin 134A back into the system. All right, so before we start, we know we have air in this line when we connected the bottle up to it. So I've got the bottle turned on. We want to purge this line right here just a little bit, make sure Freon comes out, purge all air. We don't want any air to get into the system. Just a little shot. I can smell it. I know the Freon is now all the way through the hose to the top. All right, so now we're going to crank the machine and turn on the air conditioner. After you turn on the air conditioner, I'm going to turn on the low side. Freon will flow into the system. You can see in the witness gauge here, we have Freon going into the system. All right, so now we're going to watch the scale. When it gets down to exactly 26 pounds, we know that we have the amount of Freon in there that we need. Still going. Everything's looking good. Got pressure coming in the low side. So we've got the air conditioning serviced. Got the bottle down to 25 pounds, 14.9 ounces, which is exactly what the system called for. As the compressor kicks off and on, you can see the pressures look good. Now make sure our valves are off. Make sure to turn off your bottle.
Put these caps on, huh?
All right, so now we have a good baseline established. Air conditioning works fine. Of course, whenever you call somebody to look at something, it's gonna work like it's supposed to. It comes on, it works fine. He said it's real cold inside, which it's not hot outside today, but still, it's working. We know the compressor's coming on. We don't think there's any leaks because we pulled a vacuum. It held a good vacuum. Pulled everything out, purged out all the contaminants that might be inside, the moisture, those types of things. Put in the exact amount of Freon that Caterpillar calls for, and now time will tell. Of course, when it's about 95 degrees out, it's gonna probably stop again. That's when it's gonna quit, right?
Yeah, that's when it's gonna quit.
Not when it's 65 degrees.
When it creates an oven inside that box, you'd be like, yeah, now you don't want to work.
Right. So anyway, I want to thank Dwayne for letting me come onto his job site, WBD. Check out his channel, and I'm gonna do another video. We're gonna do a little tour of the cottage that he's building.
Yeah, and I appreciate Wes coming out here. We, you know, to do his little, what do you call it, troubleshooting on my machine and find out what's going on with it. And if anything else, we talked about it before, which is, well, we can at least make sure that everything's correct, like the Freon and all that stuff, because that does eliminate some questions that you may have. And so thank you for coming to our channel, being on our channel today and helping us out.
I'm gonna be on his channel, he's gonna be on my channel, one of those types of things. I don't know. We appreciate all of our subscribers, no matter who you are. Please subscribe, check things out. If there's anything on here that you think might help somebody else, tell them about it. But just like I always say, keep your money in your pocket by doing it yourself. But this time, he called somebody, right?
I did.
Yeah, calling a friend. If you don't know how to do it, call a friend and say, hey dude, help me out, right?
And you can always help them back later on. You
Yeah.
never know, you never know.
I'm gonna help him out. He's way better at woodworking than I am. So I'm gonna ask him, hey dude, come do some woodworking for me. All right, now he owes me.
Yep.
Anyway, thanks for watching. We hope you have a great day.
Thank you.